You ever feel like your body is stuck in overdrive? Like you're exhausted, but your brain won't shut off? Maybe your heart races at night, or you wake up at 3 a.m. and can't fall back to sleep. Maybe your cycles are unpredictable. Your PMS feels worse. And even though you're eating clean, taking supplements, and tracking ovulation, your body still says nope. If that all sounds familiar, this episode might be the missing piece that no one's told you about. Still trusting a system that profits from your sickness? Faith Over Pharma is here to flip the script and help you heal the way God designed. Have you ever walked out of a doctor's office with normal labs but zero answers? You know something's off, but you keep getting brushed off or offered another prescription. That's exactly why I created the Hormone and Healing Roadmap Call. It's a one-on-one session where we look at your labs through a functional lens, connect the dots that your doctor missed, and uncover what your body's really trying to say. You'll walk away with clarity, next step action, and peace of mind that finally someone is listening. Head over to susangladstein.com to book your call. You might be sitting in your car right now with a half-drunk protein shake next to you, wondering why you still feel like garbage, even though you're doing everything right. You've Googled every supplement, you've cut out caffeine, you've tracked your temperature, and yet your body still feels like it's fighting you at every turn. I know. I've been there, and so have many of my clients. So let's talk about that hormone that your doctor probably isn't telling you about. We're talking about that one hormone that's sabotaging your fertility, your energy, and probably your sanity. It's not estrogen, it's not progesterone or your thyroid. It's actually cortisol. And it's your body's main stress hormone. And she's loud once you know how to listen. But the truth is, cortisol isn't the villain. I mean, God designed it to help you survive danger, to wake you up in the morning, to give you energy, and to keep inflammation in check. But when stress becomes constant, whether it's emotional, physical, or hidden, like gut issues or blood sugar swings, cortisol goes from helpful to harmful. Your body basically says, we're in survival mode, not baby making mode. And if you think about it, it makes sense. If you've been carrying a lot, probably for years, and your body's just trying to keep you safe. But that's when everything starts to unravel. Your cycles become irregular, ovulation is delayed or skipped, your progesterone tanks, your thyroid slows down. Maybe you start holding on to that stubborn belly weight, that stress pooch that nobody warned you about. So if you're feeling wired but tired, that's cortisol running the show. Your brain and your ovaries talk through something called the HPO axis. And when cortisol stays high, your brain quiets the conversation. It literally says, this isn't a safe time to reproduce. So instead of producing progesterone, which is the calming, pregnancy-sustaining hormone, your body diverts its raw materials to make more cortisol. And that's what we call the pregnenolone steal. In simple terms, the more stress you're under, the less progesterone your body can make. And without enough progesterone, you feel anxious or moody, your luteal phase shortens, implantation gets harder, your PMS worsens, ovulation can even stop. And that's the fertility sabotage happening quietly for so many women I talk to. And the hardest part, you can't out-supplement or out-positive think this one. You have to help your body feel safe again. So many women come to me convinced that they're ovulating because an app or an LH strip told them that they were, but they've never actually confirmed their progesterone levels. Sometimes they're ovulating, but they're not producing enough progesterone to sustain pregnancy. And other times, stress shifts their fertile window entirely and they're missing it. And that's why functional testing and real interpretation matter, not just about a positive test strip. It's about whether your body has the capacity to sustain new life. So maybe your doctor told you everything looks fine. And deep down, you know it's not. I talk to women daily who have walked out of appointments like that feeling dismissed, like it's all in their head. But I'm telling you, your intuition isn't wrong. You feel what your labs don't show. And most traditional labs check cortisol once, maybe in the morning, and then call it good. But cortisol actually follows a rhythm. And when that rhythm flattens or spikes at the wrong time, everything feels off. So some signs that your cortisol is dysregulated: maybe you wake up exhausted, no matter how long you've slept. You crave caffeine or sugar to help you get moving. You crash hard mid-afternoon. Maybe you get a second wind at night. If you wake up around 2 to 4 a.m., chances are your cortisol is dysregulated. And even if you feel puffy, bloated, or you crave salt, it could be your body waving the white flag. So cortisol can wreck your fertility and even your healing because it suppresses your reproductive hormones, which makes your ovulation become irregular. It also steals progesterone, which makes an unstable uterine lining and sometimes can result in early pregnancy loss. It also slows your thyroid, so your metabolism and your temperature drop. It disrupts blood sugar, which impacts egg quality and inflammation. And it can raise oxidative stress, which affects ovaries, sperm, and implantation. So in short, you cannot build a baby in a burning house. You got to calm the fire first, then the miracle can happen. And I hear this all the time. I'm not that stressed. I'm telling you, your body tells me otherwise. Stress doesn't always look like panic or tears. Sometimes it looks like powering through exhaustion, saying yes when you're already tapped out, doing high intensity workouts on no sleep, skipping meals or fasting when your body is screaming for fuel. Even carrying emotional weight that you've never processed can result in stress on the body. And if you're living in constant noise, maybe your notifications, your life is chaos, maybe even expectations you have on yourself, that your body processes as stress. And cortisol doesn't care if the stress is physical or emotional. It just keeps pumping until your body is safe. So, what can you do if you suspect your cortisol is out of whack? The first thing I always recommend, if you're not already doing it, is to eat within an hour of waking and making sure that what you're eating includes protein and fat, because it grounds your blood sugar and tells your brain, I am safe and fed. Secondly, if you don't already do this, please get your eyeballs in the morning sunlight. It helps reset your cortisol curve and it boosts serotonin. And number 3, ditch the fasted workouts if you're already burnt out. Listen, you're not lazy. You're really protecting your adrenals. I can't tell you how many women I know who are working out in a fasted state. And if you don't already have a compound of stress going, then it's probably great. But if you're not getting sleep at night, if you are adding caffeine, doing that fasted workout is just an additional stress that your body, it's just pumping more hormones that it's hard to keep up. Number 4, prioritize sleep and gentle movement. Yoga, walking, even breath work can all help signal calm. And number 5, address any hidden inflammation in your gut. Balancing your blood sugar is huge for that. And make sure that you are not adding more toxins into your world than what's already out there. Those can all quietly fuel stress. And I did an episode about toxins and how our day-to-day products that we're using can mimic hormones, which spikes different other hormones in your body and gets everything all out of whack. So if you haven't been looking at the ingredients in your cleaning supplies, your perfumes, your skincare, which your skin is your largest organ, I highly recommend going back and checking out that episode because it will make a huge difference on your overall health. Here's the thing. God didn't design your body to live in constant chaos. He built it to heal, restore, and reproduce, but it can't do that when it's constantly scanning for danger. That's a big reason why I'm a fan of using tools that are going to help the body remember what peace feels like. I'm telling you, every day I do a consult with someone and I ask them about their stress levels. They tell me they're not stressed, and I look at their blood work and their body tells me otherwise. So I want to talk about something that's been a total game changer in my own life and with hundreds of women that I've worked with, and that's phototherapy, specifically the LifeWave Eon patch. This patch came out of the same research that LifeWave founder David Schmidt began years ago when he was developing performance and recovery technology for the U.S. Navy, specifically the Navy SEALs. That early work on cellular repair and energy production evolved into these non-invasive light therapy patches that truly help your body do what God designed it to do, which is to heal and rebalance itself. And so Eon was created from that foundation. It focuses on helping the body manage stress and inflammation naturally. And while the exact peptide that it signals can't be publicly named without crossing into medical claim territory, what we can say is that multiple studies show that it helps regulate the nervous system and lower cortisol. And side note, it does increase the same peptide that is found in royal jelly. So if you were to search that peptide, it would make medical claims, which I'm not at liberty to do. But an international dermatology and biophysics conference back in 2013, researchers found that participants that were wearing the Eon patch had reduced cortisol levels and improved heart rate variability, obviously signs that the body was shifting from fight or flight into that rest and repair. And then in 2019, a peer-reviewed study in photomedicine and laser surgery confirmed those findings, showing that Eon helped balance the autonomic nervous system and improve how the body responds to stress. And there was another small 2014 report that found reductions in oxidative stress and inflammation markers, again pointing to that calm restorative effect users often describe. So in plain English, Eon helps your nervous system exhale. And when that happens, everything starts working better. Your hormones, your cycles, your sleep, your digestion, your mood. And one of my favorite stories is from a woman in her early 40s who came to me after years of trying to conceive. Her labs screamed high cortisol, and she hadn't had a true luteal phase in months. And within weeks of calming her stress response using Eon, prayer, nutrition, and nervous system support, she texted me saying, "I finally slept through the night and my body feels calm for the first time in years." That's when real healing begins. So if you're curious about how phototherapy works or you want to see some published studies for yourself, I've linked them in the show notes and over at faithoverpharma.org. If you're listening right now and you're thinking, that's me, please hear this. You're not broken. Your body is brilliant. It's been doing exactly what God designed it to do. to protect you until it feels safe again. Healing cortisol isn't about adding more to your to-do list. It's about slowing down, breathing, and letting your nervous system feel peace again. That's when hormones rebalance. That's when conception and healing happen. And you don't have to keep guessing or Googling symptoms at midnight. Let's make sense of what your body is trying to tell you. You can book a hormone and healing roadmap call at susangladstein.com, and we'll uncover what's really driving your stress, your symptoms, and your fertility challenges so you can finally move forward with peace and a plan. And if you're ready to start supporting your nervous system today, check out the Eon patch and my favorite phototherapy tools at faithoverpharma.org. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode of Faith Over Pharma. If something stirred in you today, share this with a friend who's ready to stop outsourcing their health and start healing the way God designed. And if you're ready to stop chasing symptoms and start healing at the root, head over to faithoverpharma.org to grab tools, join the movement, or book a free call. Until next time, keep questioning the narrative, protecting your peace, and walking in the truth that your body was made to heal.